everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So today we are talking about C&D's new release, which will be available Tuesday, March the 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's this year's version of Steamworks. Now, I know that Steamworks has come out in 23 and 24. I don't remember if it came out last year or not, but this is a new release for this year. Steamworks has quite a collection of Virginias in it. It has 2019 Virginias in it, red Virginias, that was very heavily steamed into a Cavendish. And then it has 4 different other varietals of Virginias from 2017 to 2019. Those were all blended together. They were also steamed, but not near as much as the 2019 that I was talking about. And then it also has some vintage Orientals in it, along with some St. James Perique. So, you know, we wanted to kind of give you our thoughts about this as it comes straight out of the tin.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get started with this. First of all, you know, the artwork is about the same as it was or has been in the past. There's going to be 12,000 tins of this released when it comes available. So hopefully you'll be able to get online and grab some if you're interested. Like I said, it's got heirloom Orientals from 2005 in this. So this is, you know, got some aged tobacco in it.
Yeah.
The description on this, it says, propelled by top-tier Old Belt red Virginias, enhanced by 2 distinctive steaming processes, this innovative small batch blend explores the deep natural sweetness of flue-cured leaf alongside genuine St. James Perique and rare 2005 Black Sea Soakum and other vintage Oriental grades. A whole new world of flavor awaits discovery. All right, so let's talk about this one. First of all, let's just jump right in on the tin note. What are we getting on this tin note? The flakes on this are rather nice. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really got a dark hue to it. And the flakes, they come in pretty good construction. So
yeah, this is almost a good, like, broken flake to me.
It rubs out pretty easily. Rubs out into a nice ribbon.
I often have a hard time, which you guys probably can see. I've been smoking it. We have our pipes pre-lit for this show. Smelling it in the tin note often leads me to a different direction than when I know the taste is. So I have lingering tastes on my tongue when it comes to the tin note. Oh, man. Those Virginias come through really, really well. Especially the reds. They're strong. There's that nice, bright, vinegary, sharp flavor coming through. There's also a very deep darkness that's like overwhelming the blend on tops as sorts. And I think it's that aged Oriental.
The reds are super prominent in this. You get a very light hay-like scent to it.
Yeah.
Lots of smoky character.
A little bit
breadiness.
A little bit of citrus. That grassiness.
There's
maybe
just
not citrus, not grassiness.
Yeah, there's a light hint of a pepper in there, like a black pepper.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dull sweetness that almost has an earthiness to it, like a molasses.
That's the other thing that, like, right when the first inhale is it man, there's a lot of earthiness to it too.
Yeah.
I even get a hint of, like, hazelnutty, like, dark chocolate scents in there. I keep wanting to go to the taste, but that hazelnut, that earthy, very that semi-sweet flavor. That's really kicking in through the tin now.
Yeah. Now there's a nice tangy kind of scent in there
Yeah.
from the reds as well. Um,
God, it
it's
smells
really interesting.
It really smells good. There's one other scent in here that I'm really trying to get a nose feel on, and the only thing I can think of it as it's maybe a turmeric or a cumin. Something really deep and earthy, but spicy.
Kind of a little bit of a spice in there.
There's a scent in there that I can only attest to.
I get a
Foods
sourdough
I've
bread
eaten.
out of it when I really stick my nose in there.
Yeah, a fermented type,
Yeah.
like very, very, man, it's been worked on kind of scent. Yeah, because I mean, beyond the chocolate, beyond the tanginess, beyond the Virginias, there's something else that comes to it, but it could partially be because I've already smoked a bit of it. So I'm getting some flavors.
I barely
Mixed
get
with
I
the
barely
scent.
get any hit of the Perique. The only thing I'm getting from the Orientals is probably a bit of a sourness in there. Yeah, mostly hay, mostly earth, mostly bready, yeasty kind of smell, and that light sweetness in there. It's really nice. Okay, let's talk about the taste then.
Yeah, this is the point where I lose. I lose. The Virginia is present, but to me, I lose all of the predominant flavors of a Virginia. I'm getting most of the dark, the heavy, but not like Latakia. More smoky, more
Like a Kentucky, maybe?
earthy. Yeah. Like a Kentucky. There's a lot of nuttiness, a lot of earthy flavors that I'm getting in the bottom end of the smoke, which...
One of the things I watched a couple of videos from Jeremy Reeves that just before this is going to come out, and he mentions about the stoving process or the steaming process that they use that helps mellow out the Virginias a little bit, those red Virginias, and helps, like for instance, the 2019s, which I think is the major leaf that's in here. They steamed the heck out of that one and turned it into a Cavendish. And supposedly that's supposed to have a mellow sweetness. Now, the other Virginias that they use doesn't really say if they're all reds or if maybe there's some other Virginias in there as well. Like maybe a little bit of orange, a little bit of bright, maybe, I don't know. Those were stowed for a much shorter period of time, and those still maintain the characteristic of a red Virginia with that tangy sourness, in there, and just a slight hint of sweetness in there.
Yeah.
When I smoke this, I still get a predominantly red Virginia without a lot of sweetness. The only sweetness that I really, really get from this is when you steam like that, you're turning you're caramelizing all those sugars in there. And so that sweetness I'm getting a little bit. But for the most part, I think the Orientals are adding a sourness in this. There's a little bit of I don't know how to say it other than an earthy dirt kind of.
No, you're absolutely right. Because I want to almost counter your opinion on this.
I don't get a lot of sweetness.
No, to this particular blend. they've done what I didn't want them to do to a Red Virginia. They caramelized it. I think caramelizing is a good descriptor word of what they've done to it. They've taken away from the bright, spicy playfulness of a fresh young leaf and turned it into an aged, very dark, earthy type flavor. Me as a Virginia smoker, man, I'm looking forward to those Red Virginias. I want them fresh. I want them ready. As fresh as tobacconists can give us. But in this particular blend, they've kind of robbed me of that flavor because it was in the tin note and then in the taste. Like I keep picking the pipe up and then putting it back down.
Yeah.
And picking it up and putting it back down. And the main reason is it's too dark.
It's
I can't
super
explain it.
yeah. It's definitely brought forward the antithesis of sweetness.
Yeah.
It's got a sourness, a smokiness,
Mhm.
a very earthy kind of flavor to it, and I was hoping for a little more sweetness in this.
Well, and me personally, I was hoping for because to me it's almost too sweet. It's that semi-sweet. It's like eating a dark truffle chocolate. To me, because you get the dark chocolate, and then there's that sweet truffle mixture mixed right into the center of it. And so you get the sweetness, but it's that bitter, that earthiness,
Acidic
that really
a little bit too.
Almost.
Yeah.
And but no. I didn't sign up for this. I went into a tin note of light, vibrant. I mean, there's some good sour. There's some hay notes. There's some lemony grassiness to it.
If you're a person that likes those dark kind of adjacent to Kentucky,
yes,
this is what this is going to really appeal to you. But if you're looking for a sweetness that comes out of Virginia's, I don't think this is what you're going to like. It says that it's mellow and that it's deep with a sweetness to it. It is deep. It is mellow. I mean, those darknesses don't come out and bite you or hit you. You just know they're there.
I get enough sweetness for me to feel like, no, because I'm smoking a Red Virginia blend. I want tart. I want pop. I want playfulness. Yeah. And then in this particular blend, it's earthy. It's pseudo sweet. It's not bad. It's just I'm not in the mood for it.
I'm getting a little moisture from this.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I did a comparison yesterday. I smoked a little bit of the 2023 version of this, and it had changed. It had gotten a little bit sweeter than what I remember it.
This one did, or the last one did?
The 2023 version of this
is sweeter
after 2.5 years. Yes.
Oh, okay.
After 2.5 years of sitting there. And this might do the same thing, but for me right now, it's not ready.
Oh, that would be an interesting video.
That's not for me. It's not ready. It needs time.
Yeah,
it needs some time. And this was tinned January 30th.
Oh boy!
So it's been sitting in the tin for a month.
A month.
But it's okay. I'm not.
Yeah, out of the 10 right now to go. I don't know if I'd even give it an okay.
Well, here's the thing.
So here's
for me, I just don't have the time or the patience to wait that long for a tobacco to mature.
When I'm excited about one.
I mean, I look at the age on these tobaccos, 2019, 2017, 2005.
What more can they give us? Yeah, what more can they give us?
Yeah, I mean, they're aged tobaccos, but I'm not sure they've been sitting long enough together to really do it justice.
Together.
Yeah.
I think that's the key point that we need to. So, in my opinion, this particular tin needs to be opened the minute you buy it.
And that's what I did.
Put it in an airtight jar.
Okay, I didn't do that. I opened it
and
up.
And then leave it alone.
I opened it up as soon as I got it, which was about almost a week ago.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Is like, there are aged tobaccos in this particular blend. They've been caked and then cut.
Okay, so let me get to 2003 and let you smell that one.
Now we have a test.
Well, I'm not too sure it's a test, but if I can, oh, here it is, right here. It's no wonder I can even find tobacco. I got so much sitting around here. Sorry, guys, for that.
But no apologies.
This is Cornell Diehl Steamworks, August 3rd, 2023.
Yep.
Open that and smell it.
We're going to take what we call a neutral ground on the hypothesis scale. Okay?
Don't get me wrong, I like this.
Well, there's some tartness there, but I also, there's a lot of sweet breadiness. And then it doesn't come through in the smoke. Oh. Oh.
That's after 2 years, 2.5 years.
2.5 years, okay.
Because I didn't touch that. I smoked it when we got it, like back in 2023, and said the exact same thing I'd said right here.
Do the same thing.
And then, I don't know if you guys remember, but this was the blend that had the mold problem.
Yes.
That a lot of folks were getting mold when they were cracking the tin open.
Yeah, well, because there's too much sweetness. There's a topper.
There's no topping on it.
There's something on it. So, give a whiff of that, and then give a whiff of this.
Yeah.
And then... So, I think your hypothesis is exactly right. It needs...
Oh, my goodness.
It needs time.
I mean, the sweetness on this one blooms.
Yeah, but blooms in the right way. Because I get a lot of sweetness in this blend. But this one, all of a sudden, is mixed with like a sweet and sour.
Well, and understand it's not exactly the same as that. I mean, this, I probably would need to go back and check. But I don't think there's the same components in this one as is in that one.
Absolutely not. They can't find any more 2005.
Well, maybe he had a big lot of it. I don't know. But my point is that I had the opinion of this 2023 exactly the same as I have the opinion of the 2026.
That's fair.
It needed time.
Yes. And I had the opinion based purely off of the tin note because I never had any of the 2023. But on the tin note, going into the smoke, I got two different types of taste profiles on. And I wish it was more like the tin note than it is like the taste. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it might be unfair to compare the two. Other than the name, it's probably not the same blend. There's probably a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
But it's a different blend.
Yeah, there can't be comparison.
But my point of the whole thing is that my first impression of the old version is the same that I'm having with the new version. And with that in mind, I'm going to jar this and let it sit for another 2 years and come back to it. Because this, I'll let you take some home. With this is a good smoke.
Yeah,
this is a really good smoke. At least on the
tin note alone.
Yeah,
it's worth a bowl.
The sweetness, the sweet characteristics come through on this smoke. Now, you guys may be able to help me with this. Does the steaming process does it hurt the opportunities for these tobaccos to age well? What does it do structurally to the sugars?
Man, that's a good question because there's not a lot of tobaccos that we smoke that have been steamed. first.
See, it's my thought that once you do that to a tobacco, you slow the aging process down to a crawl. It takes forever for it to do anything, if it does anything.
Well, and that's
because of what you did to the sugars.
Yeah, because I'm in the same boat to you, but I would almost take it to the max extreme. You're rising temperatures up to a degree of what most bioorganisms would die in when it comes to temperature levels. And so in the steaming process, you're creating what?
Who knows?
300 degrees Fahrenheit?
Probably more. Well, no, not 300 degrees.
I think so. But
steam is a gas. It's not a liquid.
Most organisms, which we all have to accept into the idea that a tobacco was living at one point in its life. So anything that's on it or in it or around it dies at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that's where I kind of think a steaming process kills off any living material. So it puts it in a stasis.
If that's true, then that brings my question forward as to what is the aging potential of this.
At that point, now, it's everything after.
I have to say that this has done pretty well as far as the tin note goes.
Yes.
Smoking it's more pleasant than what I'm getting out of this right now, but not a whole lot more.
Yeah, I just get too much. When it comes to this tobacco, which is what we're doing the video on, there's too much dark earthiness for me. It's not bad.
Yeah. It's not thrilling. It's nice. Yeah. And this is going to be one that I will end up putting on the shelf and coming back to it.
I think, and that's me. I think it needs just a little bit more time. I think with whatever the steaming process is, whatever topping, I know there's not a topping, whatever they did to it, whatever treatment happened, it needs a little bit more age.
And let me say this. Jeremy Rees has forgotten more than I will ever know about blending tobaccos, for sure. So yeah. I know that he has put a lot of this in his cellar. But maybe it's because he enjoys the taste the way it is right now.
Maybe it's because he made a blend 10 years ago that he was like, this is it. Well, give it 15 years. And he knew he had that.
For me and my palate, I'm not ready to smoke this tin.
No,
I'm not ready. So that's the difference between people. You'll just have to try it and figure it out for yourself. So I can say that in a few years, it does get better.
It really does.
Markedly better? I don't know. This is 2.5 years. If I let it sit for another 2.5 years, it'll probably be ready to smoke.
I was about to say, and I will say this about this particular blend. I would say give it a year or two, and it's worth another smoke at least. You're never going to lose your money on this particular tin because I feel just based off of the tin note and the smoke, all it needs is just more time. Yeah, you smoke it in a year, it's not ready. Give it another. Give it another. I really feel this is a good tin that's only going to get better with age.
But you have a lot of different type of smokers out there. Some who are like myself, who will jar it and put it away and come back to it in a few years.
That's fair.
And some folks, they don't want to. They try it and say, nope, I don't want this. I'm going to smoke all of what I've got now, or they'll give it away or sell it or whatever. So it just depends.
That's fine too. That's why there's Virginia gentlemen out there.
It depends on what type of smoker you are. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm going to have to jar this up and let it sit for a while.
Well, I totally agree with you. I think it's got potential. I like the ingredients. I think that's the thing.
I love reds.
I love
I
reds.
love red Virginias. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a steamed guy. You know, maybe I don't like that steaming process. I don't know.
That's interesting. Maybe we need to look at the steamed tobaccos and maybe do a month on the steamed tobaccos and stuff like that. That might be something worth looking into.
Yeah, but if I don't like this one, I wonder if it's going to make me like any other steam process.
We never know.
I don't know.
There's a different leaf for everybody.
All right, guys. Well, that's our opinion of this. It comes out tomorrow, March the 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can get it from your online, your favorite online store, or this will be, in a lot of brick and mortars as well. So
that's C&D's Steamworks.
Yep. And there's a lot, the new Summit series that
which
C&D put out
was an excellent job.
Of the 4, 3 of them for me were keepers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a regular series that they're doing, right?
Right. Yeah, they'll have that all the time. So anyway, that's our thoughts. I hope we helped you out. Okay, guys. Well, that's all we got for you this week. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget,
make all your piping moments count.
We'll see you next time. Hopefully, I'll see you at Muletown.
See you guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.